leads to ascending. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary. I'll be last place, that's alright, I don't work at a fast pace. I'm a steady horse creeping up straight past it. And once I pass you, no one's getting past me. I've seen people hit walls and they stop there. I don't get that mind, man, it sounds scared. Good things take time, better prepare, cause anything great takes pain as a fair. Take it from me, cause I got to this place where no one can tell me to do anything. I call my own shots, I call my own place. I enjoy my life almost every day, and I could teach you if you listen to me. You follow some rules, don't need gifts to be paid. Persistence is better than brains any day. Just listen to me and I'll show you the way. In our souls, we can feel there's something empty. We need something more. I feel destiny, she tempts me, tells me there's two paths, they both have a different ending. Choose wise and you'll find that pain leads to ascending. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary. Till I'm dead and buried deep within a cemetery, I will fight, never weary, I wanna be legendary. Yeah, I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes, call me aggressive with my flow. Call me offensive even though Joe, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love, still gonna die for what I love. Still gonna try, I won't give up. Still gonna fight until I've won. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret. Cause I've got something left and I'm not giving in. I will not let them win, I won't stop till the end, no. Some injuries, mentally and physically. Studied them religiously so I don't repeat history. And people won't admit to me they don't want a victory bad enough to get a C. They'd rather just go leave it be. And this journey I've been on since 13, working hard and learning, never stopping searching. Yeah, it's burning, all this passion hurts me. I took action working, writing down these words. No, I'm not okay, I just wanna be something. I don't wanna be nothing, living all alone. No, I'm not alright, I'm just barely getting by. But I'll tell you I'm just fine, so you leave me alone. They say I'm way too obsessed and I've got nothing left, and I'm not quite there yet, but those words they'll regret. Cause I've got something left, and I'm not giving in. I will not.
Welcome everybody to P2RL's running of the Great American Getaway 200 at Pocono Raceway. My name's Jake alongside Riley. Riley, how are you tonight?
I'm pretty good, Jake.
So Pocono, some may call it the tricky triangle, and boy is it tricky. We got three different corners modeled after three different tracks. What can you tell me about that, Riley?
Yeah, so turn 1 is modeled after Trenton Speedway. That one is located at the New Jersey State Fairgrounds. Turn 2, which is also known as the Tunnel Turn, is modeled after Indianapolis. And then turn 3 is modeled after the Milwaukee Mile. Tonight's weather, it's partly cloudy, 85 degrees with an 127 degree track temp. We are now going to roll through tonight's starting lineup here for Pocono. Starting in the back of the field, starting P12, it will be Jim Felix. Inside of him, in 11th, will be Joe Hudson. Rolling off 10th will be Colby Yuhi. Inside of him will be Adam Williams. Starting 8th, Raymond Hanneman. Starting 7th, Clinton Funk. Jake, take it away.
Rolling off 6th, you got Bryce Fontaine. Rolling off 5th, Dylan Purtington. Rolling off 4th, Charles Keller Jr. 3rd, Rob Franklin. Rolling off 2nd, Jack Andrews. Trying to go for a record here tonight. 4 straight wins in the P2RL. Never been done before, so keep an eye out for that purple number 20 machine starting 2nd. And rolling off 1st, 6th pole of the year, Charlie Hunter in that 50 Toyota machine.
6 poles, if I am not mistaken. I believe that is a record here in the P2 Racing League. I may be wrong on that, though.
Field's coming around turn 3. Pace car is going to dart down into pit road, and we're going to send these machines going off 180 miles an hour plus into turn 1. Pace car is in, and the green flag is out. We are racing here at Pocono.
Hunter did not get a great start. A great launch there by Jack Andrews. He's going to lead us off into turn number 1. Hunter looking on the inside.
You're going to dive it down in there. You're going to try to slide up in front of Jack. Not quite clear, but Jack's going to carry that momentum down the long pond straightaway.
Side by side off turn 1, 4 wide deeper in the field. Squeezing down the backstretch. Well, one car around in the back. The 16 is turn around backwards. We're going to try and get back there to him.
Caution be out here on lap 1. Jack Andrews leading the field off of turn 3 back to the start-finish line.
Andrews got a great launch off of turn 3 and through the restart zone, and a little bit of wrecking behind him. Not too sure what went on back there. We're going to try and get back there for you. Sorry about that. Riding on board here under yellow with the number 50 of Charlie Hunter.
And one thing I did forget to mention, folks, we do have stage breaks in this league. If you are new, we do not. There are no cautions thrown after the stage breaks. Stage 1 concludes on lap 15, and stage 2 concludes on lap 48. And then from there, we'll take you to the finish in stage number 3. Now, Riley, with 15 laps after stage 1, how important? Well, I guess I should ask: would we see a variation in strategy? You think some people will stay out, maybe come in and take some tires? What do you think about that?
One lap into the race, I don't think we see anybody drop down pit road except for maybe the people involved in the incidents. Looks like Dylan Purrington was involved. I believe that was the 16 that was backwards. Then I believe the 77 Charles Keller Jr. was also involved. So we might see them come down pit road, but other than that, I really don't see I don't see anybody coming down pit road here 15 laps into it, or even 15 laps into it. I believe these guys can get about 30 to 35 laps on fuel. So this early, I don't think we do, is a couple cars pull down pit road here.
see Dylan Pennington in that 34 in that beautiful Pocono Mountains paint.
I believe that was Joe Hudson and Bryce Fontaine that came down pit road.
So Dylan's over the season, he's been showing some improvement, running a lot more inside that top 6, top 7. Look out for him to get a good finish here in the long run. As we see a car drop down all the way to the inside wall, I'm not sure what the issue is there. I believe that's the Adam Williams machine.
Is that Williams or is that Hunter? It is Williams, all right. So, Purrington, Jake, you were just talking about him. He's running 7th right now, but that nose damage you think's going to hurt him, especially in the long run.
Most definitely gonna be cut back on, if not horsepower, some downforce and maybe some overheating issues. But we'll keep an eye on that for you folks and see what's gonna go on there. Meanwhile, Jag Andrews leads, Charlie Hunter 2nd, Rob Franklin 3rd, Adam Williams 4th, and Colby Yulee in 5th. Another guy to look out for is Clinton Funk in that 88. Every week he's just improving more and more.
Funk is fast. Andrews from down under is very fast. That's been proven here today with him leading very early. So they come off of turn 3. I believe they will go 1 to green. I might be incorrect. A couple of rules here. They do have 1 fast repair, and then we do have a choose cone here in the P2 Racing League, as it looks like that was not this lap, so maybe that'll be next lap.
Say Riley, you're Charlie Hunter. You started on the pole. You got beat on the outside. If you're Charlie Hunter, what do you do in this situation? Because we already know that 20 is most likely going to choose the outside line. He's got such a good restart on it. But if you're running 2nd, do you choose inside or do you choose outside here? Just to try to keep that momentum up or try to go back and get the lead?
I think either way you have to flip-flop here between from what Andrews does, because Andrews very fast machine, but you also got to give yourself the best possible track position. And so if you go behind him, yeah, I mean you might be able to get a better restart, but then you're leaving your inside very open for, say, Rob Franklin or maybe Adam Williams to get up there and maybe get a great restart on the bottom. It's also been seen before that the front row spins the tires, and if you're Hunter, then you're definitely going to be wanting to jump on that opportunity.
Now let's not forget how wide this front stretch is. They go 4, maybe even 5 wide going on in turn 1. But hope they can. They do. Let's hope they can get that all sorted out as we're going down into turn 3, still under caution. Gonna get that choose cone this time by. We're focused on that 34 machine. Definitely going to keep an eye on him and that front end damage.
It's definitely going to play key, especially in a track here like Pocono, where aero is maybe not the most important, but it is very important. All right, so they're coming to the line here for choosing, and we're going to hopefully get a look at them real quick here.
Say Dylan.
We see that
outside line there.
Dylan does take the outside. It looks like Hunter went to the outside as well. Can't tell who that is. I think that's Yulee in front of him on the bottom. Looks like Andrews went to the bottom. Hunter went to the outside of row 1. Then Rob Franklin inside of row 2. Adam Williams outside row 2. And then, inside of row number 3, Colby Yulee. Outside of him, Charles Keller Jr. And then you got everybody else. Hanneman went to the... Where did Ryan go? He went to the bottom. Sorry, not Ryan. Raymond went to the bottom. Dylan went to his outside. Clinton Funk, I believe, chose the inside as well. As we ride on board with Dylan, as we come down the long pond straightaway into turn 2.
Riley, one thing I do want to point out for someone who doesn't understand the choose cone rule, you have choice of either, no matter what position you're in, inside or outside. So you could be running, let's say, fifth in line. That top four can choose either inside or outside. You can slot up right next to them and start in that second position. So um, definitely beneficial. Certain drivers, like certain lines, you definitely gain some positions on that choose cone rule, most definitely.
Absolutely. It doesn't look like anybody gained or lost here on this one, but it is something to keep in mind here later on as we progress into the afternoon.
Alrighty, fields come around turn 3. We're gonna try this once again. Jag Andrews, like you said, Schultz on inside, Charlie Hunter on the outside. Who will get the better restart? Who will come away with the lead out of turn 1? And the pace car is in. And green flag is back out. Andrews gets a great jump.
Andrews with an awesome restart. Hunter kind of trying to lag back, maybe try and time that restart better, just couldn't fire off as well. Oh,
As we
one
got
into the
one in the
outside wall. I
wall.
believe that was Hanneman. Raymond Hanneman into the outside wall. No yellow quite yet. We stay green. As they make their way off of turn 1, still green, so no yellow yet. As Andrews leads us down one of the back straightaways.
So that's a tough break. Raymond's
Yellow flag is now out. So, one start, one restart, 2 yellows right off the rip. Not very good here for these guys. It's gotta be playing into your mind. Well, how much is attrition going to be a factor?
and mind you, 9 laps, so we're on about to complete lap 6, lap 15 is when that first stage ends. So now you also got to think, do you want to come in now, maybe not take tires, but maybe top off on fuel and set yourself up for that run, to end of stage number 2, which is end of lap 48. So that's a decision that these drivers and teams got to be thinking, what do we want to do?
I will say, if I was the driver in this situation, I would still be staying out, especially if I've been able to keep the car clean, because way too early in the race to be making a pit stop. Your track position is valuable, even with this small 12 car field, but you definitely got to stay where you're at and see if you can't get any better.
And especially if you're in the back of the field, maybe won't be too bad, but no, track like this where track position is important, um, definitely gotta think about that aspect of things.
100%. So they make their way off at turn number 2 now. Andrew still your leader over Hunter and then Williams. Franklin fell down to 4th there on that restart, and then Colby Yui runs 5th.
Dylan's falling back to 10th with that damage. See if he'll come down pit road this time to attention of his crew to get that nose beat out. You got Jim Felix ran right behind him in the 11th position. And
It does not look like he will. So there's the look at most of your field, missing one car there of Hanneman, but
so
the
running down the
11
lead
cars that. Go ahead.
under the second caution, lap 8 of 80, still a long way to go. As you were saying, Andrews with that great jump on that initial start. He's currently the leader. Charlie Hunter second, Adam Williams third, Rob Franklin fourth, and Kobe Yule fifth. Like you were saying, he's showing some speed early on in that.
Oh, we got one car around in the background. Is that Hanneman again? I believe that was.
It
Yes,
appeared to be.
I believe Hanneman has now dropped out of this race. Not positive on that one though.
Looks like, yep.
It looks like he is. So down to 11 cars left in this one.
So you focus on that beautiful number 4 Reese scheme of Rob Franklin. Rob Franklin, he always has the, in my opinion, one of the best cars on the field every week, whether it be Reese's or something to do with the track they're at, and it's seeing that Reese's car is making me kind of hungry. If I'm being honest here.
I second that. But you got to give props to everybody. You know, open league, you kind of pick whatever paint you kind of want. And these guys do an incredible job. I know a lot of people make their own schemes, have people make them for them, and just hats off to those guys putting in all that work, all that effort, because it's not very easy. And, you know, to make beautiful schemes like all these guys have out here tonight, hats off to them.
Looks like they took the juice cone that time. And it looks like Jack Andrews chose that inside. Once again with Charlie Hunter on that outside.
All right, so we should have issues sorted out now, hopefully.
Sorry about that, folks. As you just rode on board there with that 20 machine. Like I was saying, 20 of Jack Andrews down in the inside once again. Charlie Hunter in that 50 on the outside. Adam Williams starting right behind that 20 machine. Rob Franklin, Kobe Bewley right next to him. It's definitely going to be interesting to see who'll come out on top. Got a lot of fast cars up here early as Jack Andrews trying to scrub off all that debris that he might have picked up on his tires under that caution period.
How about it for Joe Hudson? He pitted on that very first yellow, and he's up to 6th now.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on Joe Hudson and that machine. Adam Williams, man, he's ready to go. He's already wanted to push that 20 car.
I'm going to be honest, I don't know that he's given any space to anybody under yellow. He's been right up on him. So, pace car makes his way down, Jack. Take us back to the green. Or Jake, sorry.
Jack Andrews leads him to the restart line, and once again, a great jump for that 20 machine. And he's going to, it looks like I have no competition going into turn 1. Adam Williams getting pushed.
Wow.
He's going to slot in behind Jack Andrews and right in front of Charlie. I think Charlie maybe had a lift there for a minute.
There was not a whole lot of room there. I believe Hunter did get out of the gas there. If he didn't, then the timing worked out perfectly because Hunter was ready to go as they single file out down the back straightaway. Side by side, deeper in the field between Fontaine and Purington. Oh, contact.
57 is going to give a little bump to that 50 of Charlie Hunter.
Colby was sideways there. Good save by him.
Going to drop down the inside, try to pick up position, but Charlie Hunter with that run on the outside, going to carry that momentum down.
The draft is super important here as well. It doesn't look like he got a whole lot of draft there when he peaked out, so I'm sure that didn't help him. But man, look at how much that inside helps.
And I just want to point out how high Charlie Hunter is going. He is running higher than anybody else is on that track, but he's getting great momentum as we see Rob Franklin go by that 57 for the 4th position.
Yeah, Hunter's putting it about 3 or 4 grooves higher than everybody else there through turn 1. And, I mean, it's paying off. He's got some space in front of him to Williams and Andrews, but he's also got space behind him where he can just kind of ride right now.
It looked like that the 49 got loose off the corner, able to keep it straight in that 49 machine.
Yeah, it looked like he was pretty sideways there off a 3 in that KY Ford Mustang.
See Bryce Fontaine trying to look underneath Clinton Funk in that 88. Not quite. Clinton running that middle line.
Funk putting just enough air on his nose to kind of keep him at bay. Fontaine gets around him, though. Oh, Williams down to the bottom. Little lead.
You gotta drive it down in there, slide up.
New leader. Here comes Andrews, though, not wanting to give it up.
Ooh, Williams really loose off that corner. He's gonna go down, try to break that draft. Way down in the paint.
Andrews, wow, way down there. Andrews keeps her up by the wall.
New leader, Adam Williams in that 69 machine.
Nice.
Got 3 to go in this stage. As a reminder, there are no cautions at the end of stage breaks. We continue green flag racing at the end of each stage.
That definitely does help for some strategy. We saw the race car for a brief moment there, but back on board here with Jack Andrews running second. Not that far behind Williams.
2 to go in the stages. We see the 57 of Kobe Yuli try to get that side draft on Rob Franklin in that 4 machine.
He is there, side by side. So remember, folks, top 10 get points in stage 1. Because it looks like Jim Felix has kind of dropped off from the rest of the field. Wide jab there from Colby. Franklin not able to get back underneath for the crossover.
Adam Williams tries saying, I'm new, but I want them 10 points. I want the 10 stage points, and he's doing a really good job managing Jack behind him. But also wonder if Jax is riding behind him trying to save tire. Try to save tire on the long run.
Problems for Fontaine, it looks like. It looks like he is disconnected.
As we got 1 lap to go on the stage, Adam Williams leads Jack Andrews, Charlie Hunter, Kobe Yuli, and Rob Franklin round out the top 5 as they kind of separated themselves by 4 seconds of the rest of the field.
Yeah, those top 4, top 5 even have run away from the field. Joe Hudson, Clinton Funk. So we should remind you guys that the in-season tournament, kind of like what NASCAR is doing, we're doing it here in the P2 Racing League. That starts this coming week with this race being the seeding race.
Jack has 1 more shot.
Correction, it's the top 16 in points, not however they finish here. So you'll see some names like Mac Johnson, who was unable to make it tonight. He will be still in the bracket challenge, just not quite. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I apologize.
Into stage 1, Adam E. Williams wins the stage, Charlie Hunter 2nd, Jack Andrews 3rd, Kobe Yuli 4th, Rob Franklin top 5 in stage number 1. As we see a change for 2nd as Charlie Hunter gets around Jack Andrews.
So with the new season being here, Jake, I don't know if you've had a chance to run these cars. How does the new build affect kind of how the air works with these cars now?
Yeah, I've had a chance to turn a few laps in this new build, and let me tell you, drives completely different. You got to learn basically a whole new driving approach. Dirty air is definitely a factor coming off of, especially high-speed courses like this one, Pocono. Pretty much, if you're not in clean air, if you get stuck in that dirty air, you better be ready to lift or do something. I mean, it's definitely got to take a different approach. Tires are definitely a big factor. Save them tires, and but personally, I've only turned a few practice laps in some traffic. Never in a race pace though. So this is all new to me as well.
So for folks watching that may not know exactly what iRacing does here for their platform, they have a 12-week schedule, and for some series it's custom, where as NASCAR goes, it follows the NASCAR schedule. But at the end of every 12 weeks, they have a new update where it kind of changes the cars a little bit, tries to get them closer to how real life is. And so now the tire models and the way the air moves with these cars completely different to what these guys are used to in the league. So definitely playing effect there. As they still run single file.
Say jacking that 20s, trying to get underneath, maybe get some clean air to that car, try to get a run on Charlie Hunter, but not gonna have anything of it. As they're gonna follow that 69 machine down, try to keep in the draft as they head off into turn 1 once again.
Look at how uniform that top 5 is. Beautiful sights.
Charlie's still running that high line, just trying to get any bit of advantage he can. And if, he is gaining little by little off that corner. See him go through the tunnel turn here.
So Andrews, probably about the closest battle on track, is there for second. As Hunter goes to the outside, here comes Andrews up the inside for second. Hunter will clear him on the exit of turn number 3.
Williams still holding a steady car length lead as Charlie's going to send it to the outside, try to get to his right rear.
Charlie was there. He definitely got a great run there off of turn number 3 down to the bottom. Huge block there by Williams.
Side by side. The outside of him. Now this tunnel turn. Kind of nervous going there side by side.
They're going to make it work.
Charlie had to lift. The 69 gets loose.
Into the wall a little bit.
So Charlie, he wants the lead. He started on pole. He's not led a lap here today. He wants to lead. He wants. I believe we have caution on the track.
No, wait. It does look, but yes, we are under yellow. There's the pace car.
All right. So Riley, the big question here is we've gone 20 laps on this set of tires, give or take. Stage 2 ends on lap 48. Now, do you come down and get those 4 fresh tires, or do you still play that track position game?
Well, if I'm going to be honest, this is what I would do. Right now, based off if I was deeper in the field, if I was in, maybe Jim's position or Dylan's position, I would come down pit road, fill up on fuel, and take 2 right side tires. That way you still have a tire advantage, but you're not burning up the full set. But we'll have to wait and see what they do here.
So we're going down straight away into turn 3. We'll see who's going to take advantage of this and who might pull a rabbit out of the hat and stay out and hope for the best at this point. As we're rounding turn 3, we'll see if pit road is open. It should be open this time. Looks like everybody's going to come down pit road.
Yeah, everybody looks like makes the trip down pit road.
Everyone's on pit road.
We do have a pit box rule, as very close there for Williams. I believe it's only you get to only enter 3 boxes if Andrew misses his pit box.
as well as I believe Charlie. I think he overdrove his pit box as well.
I don't think it was quite as much as Andrews did. That was close. There with Franklin as there goes Williams thundering off the pit road. Hunter second, Franklin third. Yikes, Andrews with that slide falls all the way down to fifth.
Correction, looks like Charlie's going to come away with second. Close battle between him and Rob Cohn on pit road. That's, that is the advantage of having that first pit box. You don't have to go far to make pit exit. So that definitely worked to Charlie's advantage here.
So I believe we will see the choose cone this time as well. As we wait to see penalty-wise if Adam receives anything, as he works his way down the second half of the back straightaway.
We are getting word that Adam Williams is receiving a penalty for too many boxes. So that's going to put him all the way to the back of the pack, and quite frankly, he's not been back that far, so he doesn't know really how. I mean, he knows how bad his car handles in dirty air, but he's going to have the dirty air of all the other cars. So definitely be interesting to see how different his car reacts and if he can get back up there.
Looks like he's taking the opportunity to put a little bit more fuel in it with him having to go to the back of the field anyways. Honestly, that's a good strategy play. We did also see the 49 machine of Joe Hudson still on pit.
As Charlie Hunter is going to receive the lead with Rob Franklin right behind him. And they are going to choose when we get back to the start-finish line. We're going to have we're going to have 24, if I'm not mistaken, 24 laps to go to the end of the stage number 2.
Yep, you hit it there on the head perfectly, Jake. Hunter will lead this one back on the pole. Franklin will be second and Andrews third. Clayton Funk, actually, not sure what he did, but he's up to fourth now.
Let's say keep an eye on Clinton Funk in the 88. He's shown massive improvement week in and week out. We saw him have that good run at Michigan a few weeks ago. Believe got caught up in something which kind of hindered that progress, but all in all, week in and week out, he's shown massive improvement.
I'll be interested.
Now we're gonna do the choose cone, and no surprise, Charlie Hunter is gonna choose that outside line. We've been seeing him running there all race, more comfortable up there. Most of the cars are gonna go to the inside.
So we saw 4 cars take the bottom, 3 to the outside. Funk gave up one piece of track position, but Rob Franklin restarting this one front row inside. Andrews, he's been lights out on restarts. Do you think he's going to be right up on him, Jake?
Could be, but we'll have to definitely see how these new tires. Because mind you, they've been on 20-lap old tires. These are going to have a little more grip on them. You definitely want to not push these new tires too hard. Definitely want to get heat in them, but we'll definitely see what we can do. And it looks like, if I'm seeing it correctly, that bumper on that 34 car still bowed up just a little bit.
It looked like it was fixed when I looked at it. I may be incorrect, though. Nope, I am 100% incorrect. So some interesting strategy playing out. I believe Dylan is holding on to his fast repair, which is not a bad idea. I would definitely be saving it as well.
So the pace car is going to lead the field around turn 3. We're going to send these machines right back down into turn 1 at full send. Pace car is going to drop in. Everybody watching that 50 car of Charlie Hunter, and he's going to get a good jump on that outside line. Actually going to clear Rob Franklin head down the front straightaway in the top 4, 5, 6. All
Everybody
single
singles
file
out.
as we see a
Oh,
breakaway down on the inside. I believe that's 57. Yes, it is.
69 was fairly sideways there as they entered turn 1.
I believe we got a... Rob Franklin looked to the inside for a second, but thought
Oh.
better. We got a car on the wall.
Hard into the wall. It was the 49 of Hudson. Felix involved in what as well. Unfortunate there for Joe.
You see Williams already back up to the 6th position, trying to get up there and battle 77, and he's going to get to his inside going into 1.
Williams trying to maximize his stage points here.
As we got a battle for the lead.
Side by side off of turn 1. Hunter's there. Franklin is there actually. Be side by side. Oh, no, Franklin backs out of it. Oh, Hunter up, or not Hunter. Keller Jr. up into the outside wall back there. There goes Franklin again.
Franklin's going to get to his inside. Can he carry the momentum down?
Giving him plenty of room. Side by side into turn 1 they go.
And Jack's just waiting there, be like, if something happens, I'm going to pounce on it. But we got 2 more cars behind them. It's Keller's back in the wall.
He keeps it straight, keeps it moving, still side by side up front. On board there with Andrews. Waiting in the wings. Franklin does not back out of it that time. They stay side by side through the tunnel turn.
Andrews, he's going to look to the outside of Rob. He's like, all right, you guys had your fun. It's my turn.
11 laps to the end of the stage. I'm honestly kind of surprised they're battling this hard. Here comes Andrews around the outside of Franklin. He'll have it at the line. Completely clear at the line, for that matter. Williams has put himself back up into the top 5. Here comes Andrews to the lead. They're going to be side by side. Hunter with a good exit.
He's going to slot in right behind the 50 of Charlie Hunter. Going to get that draft on the long pond straight away into the tunnel turn. Looks like he's going to get a push from Rob Franklin. He's going to look to the outside.
Just a little tap, 57 sideways.
Everyone's driving the wheels off these things, trying to get up there and get these points. As Adam Williams, he's up to 4th, or excuse me, battling for 4th with that 57. He's sideways again.
Ooh, hold on to it, buddy. Oh no!
Into the wall.
Hard into the wall.
Yeah, caution's gonna fly.
Ooh, boy. So that should put Jim Felix back on the lead lap here. Nope. Just kidding. Joe Hudson, dropped out of it. So 9 remaining in this battle of attrition.
The trail hunter's probably thinking, what do I gotta do? I got the lead. And now he's gonna have to do it all over again.
Well, if I were Hunter, I definitely would not want to see that yellow. I would have wanted to see a little bit longer of a run, allow some wear on these tires. They're 8 laps onto this set, I believe. So
I say I still think we might see a split strategy. Maybe the top half of the field stay out, and the bottom half of the field maybe come in, maybe take advantage. Maybe if I was Dylan, Kobe, or Jim, maybe come in, get the 4 fresh tires just to have that advantage on the long run. But we will go and wait and see as the field's in turn 1.
if I'm being honest, even if I was in Funk's position, I would still be maybe thinking about taking the drop down pit road. As Colby is on pit road now. "30 out of 80 complete here. 18 laps left to go in stage number 2.
Charlie leading, Jack up to second after that disastrous pit stop that fell him back in the middle of the field. Rob Franklin is comfortable in third, but we know he wants to get up there and lead some laps. Adam Williams, after that penalty, up to fourth. Clinton Funk still running pretty good, showing some speed in that fifth position. Charles Keller Jr. after that hit in the wall, I would expect to see him come down pit road and maybe get some of that damage fixed.
I would.
Dylan Partington in seventh, Jim Felix eighth, and Kobe Yule, which he just came out of pit road. He's going to start in the back. He's in ninth. And everyone's going to come down
Everybody down
pit
pit
road.
road. No, Franklin stayed out. Rob Franklin stays out on the racetrack.
We'll definitely be able to see the difference maker here with these cars taking 4 tires and him staying out.
100%. There you see Williams drops down pit road. Funk missed his pit box.
Right side's going up. Over to the left side's on the Hunter machine. And Williams is
Williams takes
away.
4 Goodyear tires and probably fills up on Sunoco fuel. Hunter's going to beat him off pit road. Andrew's going to lose another spot on pit road. Pit road has not been Jack's place to maintain position, has it, Jake?
No, it hasn't. But honestly, I don't even think he's worried about that. He knows he has speed in that car, and with him, we got Rob Franklin staying out. So I mean, he's the 4th car in line. It'll be interesting to see where he definitely chooses on this choose cone here.
Franklin last pitted 9 laps ago. Hunter and, well, everybody behind him just came out of the pit box, or out of the pits, sorry. So definitely going to see how the tires play an advantage here.
I mean, do you really? I mean, like you said, 9 tires on this on Rob's set of tires. 9 laps. Now, in your opinion, Riley, do you think is that going to make much of a difference? Now, definitely got to watch out for possible wheel spin. But do you really think that's going to make much of a difference, or do you think he's going to get blown by, or think he's in a comfortable position with that track position as we see Adam Williams coming back down pit road?
Williams back down pit road. But Jake, to answer your question, being a short track driver myself, tires 100% are the key. Maybe not every week because I think we get about 4 weeks of tires. We get about 4 weeks out of our tires. So, I think we slapped a new set on week number 3, and it made a whole world of difference when it came to grip and speed. So I would not be surprised if Hunter maybe not fires off better, but has an advantage off of turn 1.
Like I said, watch out. You saw Williams dive down back pit road. Do you think that's a strategic move? Maybe try to top off on some fuel, or maybe had some damage to get fixed. But it'd definitely be interesting to see if he can come back in the next 17, 16 laps here in the stage. Definitely see what he can do here. He has a fast car, so I'm sure he's also not worried about it as well.
I will say though, I do not completely agree with that move. You were going to restart third, you stay out, and he comes back down pit road. And honestly, I'm not sure what the thought process was there, but they'll come back to the choose cone this time, and then we'll go back racing.
I think Charlie's hoping for Rob to choose that inside so he can get that outside line.
Well, I definitely would. Or if you're Hunter, I would be pushing Franklin through the restart zone, quite honestly. But we're gonna have to see who picks what. Honestly, though, I think this goes back to what I said earlier. If I'm Hunter in this position, you got to take the opposite of whatever the leader does, because track position always important. And if you follow the leader, well, you're gonna put yourself at a disadvantage.
Oh, most definitely. It looks like Rob's going to take that inside line, and Charlie's going to get that outside. Oh, maybe not. He faked them out.
Nope,
He's going to go outside, and
crossover.
Charlie's going to go to the inside. Jack's going to
Looks
go
like
to
we
the
have
outside. No, inside. No.
not sure what's on.
Oh, look at
Jack Andrews with a choose cone violation. That's gonna hurt him. Jake, I might be mistaken, but does that 34 look a little bit off to you? As in, he's crab walking a little bit? Did I call you Jack again? I'm sorry, Jake.
it did for a second there, but it looks straight now once he's on the straightaway.
Looks like
It
his
does.
nose is put back into place.
He's definitely going to pick up on some track position here. He's going to restart right behind Rob Franklin in that fourth position, as those were the only two that chose the outside.
Yeah, second row outside. He's technically third on track. Because you got to remember, Rob Franklin is the leader, even though he took the outside lane. So, restart here would be dictated on Franklin and not Hunter.
All right, here we go. Going into turn 3, going to get the restart once again. Rob Franklin's been staying on 9-lap older tires, so keep an eye on that, folks. Charlie Hunter down to his inside. Charles Keller starting in behind Charlie in that 77, with Dylan Purnington to his outside. Clinton Funk, Jim Felix, Cobiol, Adam Williams. Keep an eye on that 69 machine as the pace car is going to dive back in. And we're going to go green here. And green flag is back out.
So even with older tires there for Franklin, he fires off extremely well. He'll lead him down into turn 1 as Keller Jr. stays on the inside of Dylan. As Hunter follows. Oh, Hunter's first, or Keller Jr. for a slide.
7, and is he going to save it sideways?
Into the
Barely.
wall, but he does save it.
The caution is out.
What a slide there for Keller Jr. And good job to everybody behind him for avoiding that wreck, because that was really close for a lot of people.
Riley, I'm going to say this. We're too focused on that 77. We didn't even see who slotted up into 4th.
Adam Williams. He definitely got... I'm sure that slide from Keller Jr. really helped him there. Everybody checking up, and Adam was far enough back that I'm sure he probably just stayed in it. I would.
We're under caution once again here at Pocono. We got 14 to go in the stage. Now, since we just came down pit road, I don't see anybody. If you're Rob Franklin, you've made your bet. You're staying out. You want those stage points. You want that playoff point. He's kind of made his bet now as we're catching the pace car, I believe.
I'm sure that's why Franklin's so far up there. But honestly, everybody's. I mean, no. Honestly, if I'm in Franklin's position, you saw how little tires played effect if I was Rob Franklin, honestly, I would be staying out right now because, we saw it with Hunter. He didn't get the best of restarts, and he never really had an opportunity to make a move. But oh no, here comes Franklin down pit road.
He's showing he wants to come down pit road
No, he
and
stays out.
of it. So you probably felt how good that clean air felt. He goes, no, I'm going to stay out, but Jack Andrews going to come down pit road here.
Good strategy play there. Take the opportunity to fill up on fuel and make it as far as you can. That's what I would do. Or maybe he's just getting some pit practice in. Maybe he wants to not slide through the box this time.
Say, Rob Franklin right now, he leads stage wins right now among all drivers. Looks like he's going to be going for his 8th stage win on the season. But Charlie, he wants another stage win. Sitting at 4 stage wins right now. So watch out for that battle as we're going to get the choose cone this time by.
Franklin, Hunter, Ewell, Williams, and Purrington is your top 5, followed by Funk, Felix, Keller Jr., and Andrews now round out your field of 9. And then the 3 that have disconnected: Joe Hudson, Bryce Fontaine, and Raymond Hanneman. It should be 3 to go when they come back to green for. It'll be 3 left in the stage, and then. My apologies. It'll be 13 to the end of stage 2. Nope, I'm still incorrect.
12.
Should be. Doesn't matter. Anyways, we're going to have a lengthy run back to the end of stage 2, and then an even lengthier run to the end of the race.
Then, just like last restart, Rob Franklin's going to choose that outside. Hunter's going to shoot down to his inside. So, what kind of, off that last restart, what mental notes do you think Charlie took on Rob's restart?
Well, Hunter definitely stayed back. If I was Hunter on this one, I would try and stay as side by side as I can, because if you can stay side by side into turn 1, you will have a great chance to lead him off a 1, which will be a huge advantage for him. And I'm sure if Hunter can get out in front and put some dirty air on Franklin's nose, I'm sure those older tires will definitely see a fall off for Rob.
We head down that long pond straight away. Going to head into the tunnel turn. We're going to give these drivers the green flag once again here. As Williams, he's up in that 4th position. He wants to go. He wants to win stage 2. Practically pushing Rob Franklin down that long pond.
Well, Jake, he's been doing that all night, so nothing new for the driver of the number 69 machine. Looks like Hunter is kind of hanging back a little bit again.
And mind you, this is the first start for Williams in this series as well. So he wants to be known. He wants to make his name known. He wants to be like, I'm here to win races. I'm here to win stages. I want it all.
You can want it all, but if you take yourself out late, then you're kind of just throwing yourself under the bus there.
As the pace car is in, and Rob Franklin, he's going to get another great restart with Williams in tow. And looks like Kobe Yuli's going to shoot to that outside, try to get that draft and get by Charlie in that 50.
Not sure what happened there to Hunter. I don't know if he spun the tires or he just didn't go, but he's going to fall all the way down to 4th now as here comes the number 69 machine. As I think he got into the wall quite heavily, actually, off of turn number 1. You see Funk all the way down in the bottom.
So keep an eye on that Jack Andrews machine in that 20. Got a fast car all night. Let's see how long See how long it'll take me to get back up there if he does.
So 10 laps now to the end of the stage. Your leader, Rob Franklin, on 10 lap older tires than Williams is. And you got Colby running third, followed by Charlie Hunter fourth as they get real close to the wall on the exit of 3. And then Dylan Purrington up in the 5th spot.
Single file. It's like Keller, Charles Keller Jr., and Jim Felix. They're falling way back.
Lost the draft, it appears, as they stay single file. It looked like they were side by side at least entering turn 1, not sure. Obviously, that didn't quite stay. Here comes Andrews up the inside of the 34 of Purrington for 5th, and they'll have it.
The top 3 kind of breaking away from Hunter and Andrews here. It looks like Williams kind of made a block there on the 57. He's getting loose, and Rob's going to pull away just a little bit more.
All the way back there with Funk, as there's the number 20 Chevrolet of Jack Andrews. He's quite a bit off. He's about a second there from Hunter. Hunter's about 3/10 from Uhl. So I think that shows you just how good of a driver Rob Franklin is. Oh, Williams up into the wall. As I was saying, though, I think that shows you how good of a driver Rob Franklin is in that number 4 machine. 10 lap older tires, and he's still leading this thing.
And one thing I will say about Rob Franklin and even Charlie Hunter, they're 2 of the best drivers I know that are good at saving tire. Even though it was only nine laps, Rob Franklin and Charlie Hunter are 2 of the best drivers that I know that can save tires, especially on a longer run. When everyone fades off, you'll see them go right by everybody else, especially at the end of a long run.
100%. As you see, Andrews trying to creep back into the mix there. He's dropped a little bit of time with Charlie Hunter, but Rob Franklin, man, really good driver behind the wheel of that number 4 Chevrolet, because Williams sideways. Into the wall again.
Wall.
Wow. Williams will fall down to 3rd, it appears.
Colby's gonna get by him, and but I think that momentum on the outside might carry. Yep, it'll carry Williams by Hunter.
You gotta wonder, Williams has any wheel damage though, and how much that's gonna slow him down.
He's gonna go way high. He's gonna go in the line of Charlie Hunter, and Hunter's right thinking, you guys haven't really run up here all race. Why are you running up now?
And the wall again for Williams.
Be right on board with Williams in that 69 machine, trying to find a way around Colby in that red machine there, the number 57. As Rob's actually kind of put a half-second gap on Colby and Adam here. As
Whoa, big slide.
Colby's going to get sideways. Contact from the 69 maybe?
Just a little bit of help, it looked like.
Colby's going to fall from 2nd back to 4th.
Yeah, not great for Colby, but Williams looking to capitalize here, put himself with 19 stage points. Hunter would have 17. Looks like Franklin would have 16 as it runs right now, but we still have 5 laps to the end of the stage, so what that means now could mean absolutely nothing. A lap or maybe even 2.
2.5 miles around this track.
Ooh,
so
Hunter sideways.
A lot can definitely happen from the start-finish line, even turn 1 all the way into turn 3.
Early Hunter running that 3rd groove up there. Andrews has put himself back into the draft by just kind of surviving.
And Clinton Funk has gotten around Dylan Purrington for that 6th position, so he's Clinton Funk's trying to get all he can for this stage. Not gonna be a stage win, but definitely maximizing what he can at this point.
Ooh, Purrington almost up into the wall there. You saw that for a brief moment. Williams, burn. I don't know if we're seeing maybe old tires coming into effect or if Williams is pushing a little bit harder, but he's closing the gap here and there to Rob Franklin.
We got down about 0.3 of a second.
Oh, Hunter into the wall. Big time. You saw that 50 machine bounce off the wall.
See, the 69, maybe a half a lane, right in the wake of that 4 car, and that has to be messing with the handling of that 69 car.
I'm sure it has, especially after all the times that he's gotten into the wall since the restart. For that car's not handling its best. 3 to go here in stage number 2.
This is the closest he's
Wow.
been to that 4 car. And he's going to drive it down in there, but it's going to cost him a few tenths.
Look out, Rob.
He's
Oh,
way
Williams sideways. Almost into the wall. Hunter's wow. A lot of blocking there from the 69 machine. Keeping Hunter at bay.
Charlie tried to get up to his outside, but he shut the door on him.
Very, very late, might I add. That was very close. Oh, 57 up the race.
He's going to get loose.
Sideways.
That might open the door for Jack Andrews to get even closer and definitely get into his draft. It's easy. 57 is going to take a defensive line at first, it looked like.
Andrews is there. I'll keep it neat and tidy.
We're going to come to 2 to go in stage 2.
Williams keeps running about into the wall.
He's way loose.
Not what I was intending to say. I was going to say Williams keeps running just a little bit lower than Franklin does, but
That's going to allow Hunter to get speed inside.
My eyes might have deceived me, but I believe Funk got into the wall pretty hard off of turn 3 back there. Oh, Williams.
Yeah, but
Williams caught the wall there, but it was really close.
We see Williams with that high line going to get that momentum off, and Charlie has no choice but to get right back behind him.
Ooh,
Hunter's
Colby
going to get a
almost
little.
into the wall.
Hunter's going to drive it down in there, try to get that momentum. As 57, he's going to drive it down underneath him, but he's going to get tight and have to lift maybe just a little bit.
White flag here for stage number 2. Williams up the track. Here comes Colby.
I wonder if Williams saw Charlie run that line making it work. He goes, I'm going to try that. And he's been up there ever since. He's making it work.
Making it work, but not gaining too much time there to Franklin.
He's going to close down just a little bit. Looks like he had to lift off that tunnel turn.
Here comes Hunter up the inside.
Coming off of turn 3, looks like Rob Franklin going to get his 8th stage win on the year. Looks like Williams is going to get 2nd, Hunter 3rd, Kobe go 4th, Andrews 5th, rounding out your top 5. And then Funk, if you keep it straight, will get 6th, Dylan Pernington 7th, Keller's 8th, Felix 9th in the stage. Just riding off turn 3. It looks like we got a battle for the 4th position as Andrews is going to poke his nose to the outside of Colby
Andrews
in the 57.
So after some rough calculations here that I just did, Adam will pick up the most stage points here tonight. Closely followed, though, by Charlie Hunter, only a 2-point gap there, and then another point there to Rob Franklin. But now it comes down to who can manage the car, manage the tires to the end of this race. Will we see another yellow? Funk almost up on the wall there in the background as well.
Now, from where I'm looking at this, everyone's going to make maybe at least
Ooh.
one more pit stop.
Yeah, I think you have to, honestly. Williams got up into the wall there just a little bit again.
So this goes green. Rob's gonna be the first one to dart down pit road. You know, I almost kind of like that strategy. Get off sequence with everybody. Like I said, Rob's really good at saving tires. So maybe him pitting on lap 22. Maybe that was his race winning strategy. But we'll definitely keep an eye on that. And as we got 57 around again.
Can he keep it off the walls? Wow, he does. I think he made pit road speed too.
And we do have, and caution is back out for that spin by the 57. That was probably the best case scenario. Now
Colby was sideways. That definitely does help Franklin though when it comes to strategy. He was 10 laps shorter than everybody else. And I mean, Williams now, he's probably got the most fuel, unless he, well, actually, I think Keller Jr. does. He last pitted on lap 36, but
when I see a car spin in the pit road at Pocono, the first thing that comes to mind, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe years ago Casey Kane had a wreck like that at Pocono, and
that does sound.
And then Mark Martin at Michigan, I believe in 2012, spun and hit that pit wall, but luckily we didn't see anything like that here tonight. But
That does sound correct. Colby did a really great job at locking the car down, not hitting anything, not hitting any cars. I mean, props to that. I mean, we've seen a lot of cars get away from people and not able to do what Colby just did.
lap 50, we got 30 to go. I'm almost positive pit here you can make it, as we should see everybody come down pit road here, led by Rob Franklin in that 4.
No surprise there. You have to make it to the end. And now at this point, I mean, Franklin just proved that you can make it to the end of the race here with this pit stop. So there, can he get into his box? Nice. Yes, he does. Looks like Andrews got into his box really well. Also,
we should see nothing but 4 tires here. But I mean, if you're in the back, maybe try 2 tires. But as you see Williams, he has a great stop, but I believe Franklin still beat him out.
Yep, Franklin leads him off. Then it was Williams, Hunter, Andrews, Yule, who just went for that big slide there, picks up a few spots. There was Charles Keller Jr., Clinton Funk, Dale Purrington, and Jim Felix. All right, Jake, I got a question for you. Looks to be, as we get word from race control, Clinton Funk will receive a penalty here for too many boxes. But Jake, I got a question for you. Who would you most like to be in this position? Would you like to be Andrews? Would you like to be Williams? Or would you like to be somebody further back here with a little over 30 laps? Yeah, little over 20 laps to go, sorry. What would, who would you like to be in the position of, and why?
Well, drag position is everything. I mean, we definitely see how difficult it is to pass. So definitely track position is everything. Definitely want to be that driver who starts on the front row on this restart to get that clean air, because we see that clean air means everything. We saw Rob on 10-lap old tires in the clean air, no one able to get a run on him or be able to get by him or anything. So definitely who can get a good restart, and B, whoever's going to be on that front row will most likely come out with the lead and be able to play with that air pocket, the air advantage with the arrow, and I believe they'll come away with the win.
So no penalty there for Funk. I apologize for that. Williams tried to make it to the outside. He just couldn't. I'm actually really surprised that he was able to stay off of the choose cone line that we have there. So we'll see him down to the bottom. Charlie Hunter will take this one on the outside of the front row.
Rob chose that inside.
Look at Williams up there again, man. Wow.
I'd say if I was in Rob's shoes, I wouldn't be sweating nothing. You have that Williams. He's been aggressive tonight, especially on these restarts with pushing, and so I would not be surprised to see that 4-car breakaway here again.
Oh, I second that 100%. Williams right up on him. Oh, he's getting really close to push. He is pushing him down the back straightaway.
He's like, "Come on, I'm ready."
Everybody knows.
I want to go.
You can see Jack Andrews getting in on that as well.
57 will definitely want to close up that gap, as it looks like he does there. But rounding turn 3, we're gonna have 27 laps to go. A lot of time, a lot of racing left, and the green flag is back out. Hunter once again does not get a good restart as Rob Franklin gets broken away with that push from Adam Williams in that 69, and he's going to look to the inside of Rob Franklin going down into turn 1.
Great restart. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Jake.
Andrews, another one with a great restart. He's going to get by that 57. He's going to slot in 4th.
We've seen Hunter struggle with restarts all night. Williams got a great restart. He almost had the opportunity to get around Rob Franklin, just couldn't quite get there as Franklin leads him off the tunnel turn.
Hunter settles in 3rd. Like you said, Williams 2nd, Franklin leading. Kobe's going to slot in 4th. Andrews back to 5th once again.
Yep, so we see him single file out here with 26 to go. Franklin still your leader over Adam Williams.
See a side-by-side battle there for the 7th position between Funk and Keller Jr. And looks like Funk's going to pick up another spot up to 7th. Yep.
No contest there. Keller kind of looks like he just let him by, but I mean, we've seen the incident with Keller. I'm sure he's out of fast repairs. He's probably just trying to save the car and bring it home.
So see Dylan Purtington back there trying to keep on with this front pack. But it seems like his car's had a miss on the handling all race.
Yeah, we've seen a few people get pretty sideways.
Let's say Jack Andrews, he's going to close up on that 57 as he take a look to the inside as we see side by side back there once again between Funk and Keller. Yeah, now we got a battle for the lead. Williams going to be side by side going down the Long Pond straightaway with Rob Franklin here. Rob still has that slight advantage, but Williams going to get that preferred line going down into turn 2. Does he clear him? He does. But he's going
Williams clears him, but he's almost into the wall. Wow. Sorry, Jake, did not mean to cut you off.
That car is on edge tonight. Back into the lead.
Looks
Williams
like Ooh, trying to go around Hunter there.
Williams really driving the wheels off that thing tonight.
24 to go. Williams, new leader. Franklin runs 2nd. Charlie Hunter still holds on to 3rd, but Colby Ewell trying to get around him for that 3rd spot as Jack Andrews running real nicely in that 5th spot as well. Side by side again.
Rob Franklin now down to the inside, trying to get his nose to his left rear quarter panel of that 69, and he's going to be there.
He's there. He's really there. Williams almost up into the wall.
And Hunter's like, you know what? I want part of this battle too. Let me in. And Hunter's going to run that middle line, but
Ooh, Franklin. Issues through the center. He gets a great firing off, though.
Williams going to come down to protect.
Look at the run by Hunter.
He runs that outside line. He's going to get that run as Williams going to come back up and protect.
Franklin down to the bottom. He's going to try and clear him off the one.
4 different lines, and Franklin's going to get
Franklin.
into the
Hard
wall.
into the inside wall. Backwards up into the racetrack. Caution will be out. Heavy damage. That'll hand this lead. Oh, did Dylan Purrington get into the wall? It looked as though there was damage. Oh, heavy damage to the left side of that number 4 machine.
He's definitely Franklin running hard, trying to get another win on the season. Definitely found the edge to his Reese's machine. So that's going to put Williams back up in the lead.
From what it looked like to me, with everything being laser scanned here on the iRacing service, I'm sure Franklin probably just hit a bump, got the car sideways, and nothing you can do at that point.
We are along for the ride at that point. All right, Riley. We last came down pit road just a few laps ago, lap 52. Now, if you're in the back half of the field, now if you're in the front half of the field, I don't expect anybody to come down. But if you're in the back half, maybe Charles, Clinton, Jim, obviously Rob's going to come down pit road. What do you do? Do you come down pit road? Do you maybe put on a set of Goodyear tires, set of 4 tires, and maybe try to gain the advantage? Or do you just hope maybe the front people will come in, you stay out, get that clean air?
With Williams being new, haven't had a lot of time to see how he does with tires, how well he's able to manage his tires. So if I'm someone in the back, yeah, I would probably be making my way down pit road and getting 4 fresh Goodyear tires, trying to see if maybe we can't get a jump on some of the front runners.
Just gonna come back around turn 3 here. Pit road is open, and it looks
Andrew
like
stays out. Hunter stays out.
Williams.
Oh, Andrew ducks in.
Like Hunter's gonna be the only one staying out. But he's probably saying, I'm not worried. I saw Rob out there on 9-lap old tires, keep the lead. I want, in that clean air. He's probably thinking I can do that too.
Hunter, Hunter, Franklin, those two can manage tires really well. So I'm sure Charlie's probably feeling himself.
See the right sides go up now, the left sides of that 69 machine, and he is away along with the 57. And 69's going the race off pit road.
Andrew's losing more spots off pit road again. This time he lost one to Charles Keller Jr. He lost one to... Actually, no, he was already behind Colby, so he didn't. So he only loses one in the pits, but man, that's kind of been his enemy tonight, hasn't it, Jake?
Almost definitely. He's, I guess you would call, Jack Andrews, number 20, our Shane Van Gisbergen of the P2RL. He's learning ovals as he goes, and he's picking up very, very fast. So I'm not too worried. Keep an eye on that 20 machine. He'll find it. He'll hopefully find his way back up to the front there. But as you see, his SVG inspired car he's driving there, that beautiful purple machine. As Rob obviously is going to drop to the back.
learning as he goes, yes, is Andrews, but honestly, he's already he clearly knows a lot. He's been running inside the top 5 all day. It sounds like Clinton Funk here will receive a penalty for too many boxes, and he will have to drop the till.
Yeah, that's
So lights are off on the pace. No, lights are back on the pace car.
we're gonna go one more, at least one more lap. Choose cone. Um, we already know Charlie will most likely choose that outside. Williams will choose the inside most likely. Williams, very, very aggressive. Um, I definitely see Williams maybe trying to get the lead off one, but it'll definitely be interesting to see because Hunter can definitely carry that outside line.
I don't know. Honestly, I think Hunter takes the bottom.
Definitely be interesting as we're going down that long pond, and we'll see what he decides to do next time by. Quick rundown: Charlie Hunter leading, Adam Williams second, Kobe Yule third, Charles Keller Jr. in fourth. Fifth, we just talked about him, Jack Andrews, Jim Felix up to sixth, Dylan Brinton seventh, Clinton Funk with that violation back to eighth, and Rob Franklin back to ninth.
Still have under 20 laps to go. It should be about, I believe, 18 to go, if I'm not mistaken, which I have been most race, but it should be 18 when they come back to green, and we'll see how they do on the rest of the run.
We should be receiving choose cone this time by. Let's see what Hunter does in that machine here. He's looking inside.
On
Nope, he's
dirt
gonna
at the
go
top,
outside.
and a whole mess of cars go to the bottom.
And it looks like Dylan's gonna choose that outside as well. Maybe gain a couple positions that he didn't have before.
Hunter and Andrews went to the top. Williams, Poole, and Keller Jr. all went to the bottom side of the racetrack, so we'll see how that works out for him. I mean, we've seen Hunter love that outside line, been absolutely dominant up there. I don't think we've seen him really go to the bottom much all this one either.
No, I mean his car handles well on the outside. I probably seen him run the inside beginning of the race, but every chance he gets, he puts it on that outside line. So definitely be interesting to see if he can break away here from Williams, if he continues that outside line, or maybe he changes up and goes to the inside of turn one. But as we're gonna have under the green flag 18 to go, as you're saying, um, you know, all bets are off. Whatever strategy you have, pretty much that's what you're gonna have for the rest of the race here. So probably gonna get more aggressive here, but you know, we'll get there if we get there, right, Riley?
Absolutely. Hopefully they stay clean and green for the next 18.
As the pace car is gonna dive right back down to pit road here.
Is there a little
Hunter
contact there?
Williams gonna get the green flag, and Hunter gets a great restart as well as Jack Andrews. He's gonna get to the outside of that 69 for second.
Great launch on 8-lap older tires. Andrews followed him through. I don't think Williams was ready for when he launched his. Wow, Andrews, I did not think he was going to get cleared.
Say, Andrews, he wants that 4 in a row. There's contact.
Williams almost into the wall. Actually, I believe he brushed the wall again.
Say, remember, folks, keep an eye on that 20 car. Jack Andrews has won the past 3 P2RL Cup races. He's trying to go for 4 in a row here.
Up to second on fresh tires, keep in mind. Charlie Hunter, 8 laps less on fuel, 8 laps less on tires, and here comes Andrews up the inside.
Williams into the
Oh.
wall.
Big time.
So that 69 car is definitely taking a beating on that right side. See Colby all the way down. See Rob taking advantage. He's going to try to get to the inside of Clinton. Not quite. Might have him on exit. Might be side by side. That is for the 7th position.
Yeah, Franklin just trying to do what he can to recover his positions. There you see a little bit of a gap built up between Hunter and Andrews, but not much between Andrews and Williams. Williams to the top side.
See Williams, he's trying to get that run. He's just trying to do anything he can now to get back up there.
Almost in the wall again. $16 to go. Here comes Andrews up the inside of Hunter. He's looking, he's not going to be there though off of one.
So it kind of looked like Andrews did get a better exit off of 2 on that low line. I think those tires are maybe starting to come into effect for Charlie here.
Looked like Hunter did get pretty loose off of turn 2, and that gap that I was just talking about a minute ago, forget about it. Andrews is there and hunting the back of the number 50 machine.
They don't count out Williams. He's still there. He's still lingering there. Right behind him, you got Colby Ewell in the 4th. Dylan up to 5th.
They're making a late move to the top side, really ensuring that he can run up there. Here comes Andrews. Andrews looking. Williams into the wall big time.
Williams in the wall again. I've lost count of how many times that's happened tonight.
If you're Williams, you gotta stay out of the wall at this point. If you want to win, you gotta keep it off that wall. And there he goes again.
Well, again.
Folks, we do not mean to be kind of dogging on Williams here. Just, it's kind of happening. We're calling it as we see it.
You got 15 coming to 14 to go. Still a long, long way.
A little bit of the gap built up again, though.
Andrews, I believe Andrews is buying his time now. He knows his car's faster. He knows he can get through the corners better. Maybe just waiting or pushing
Into the wall again, Williams.
Charlie Hunter into a mistake.
Yeah, you gotta look to do something.
But you don't see too many mistakes out of that driver of that 50 car.
Not many mistakes out of either of them here tonight. As I believe Williams got the wall again. If you're the driver of the number 69 machine, Adam Williams, you gotta kind of calm down a little bit. You got a lot of time left in this races. He's up in the wall again with 13 to go.
Keep an eye on that Rob Franklin. He just got by Dylan for 5th.
He's trying to find his way back up there. Andrews to the inside again.
As you see, almost everybody get to the outside. As Andrew's going to try to get to the outside of Hunter going to the tunnel turn. Doesn't have it.
I think Jack is still biding his time, though. I think he's playing the mind games of, all right, I'm just going to ride behind you. I'm going to keep looking, but I'm not ready to make that move yet, so keep guiding me through it.
As Williams trying to stand on that outside.
Here comes the 57 of Uhl.
See a little bit of a gap between that 2nd and 3rd place car as Hunter. He's trying to break that draft down that long front straightaway.
Back and forth across the track.
Doing anything he can to create a disadvantage as Hunter's high once again, and Andrew's a little bit higher through 1 and 2.
He's in the
Williams
fence.
again.
57 is there.
He's gonna push him down that straightaway.
Taking a peek, not ready to jump on a line quite yet.
I think that 57 might be getting a little frustrated with that 69 in front of him.
That 69 is definitely hurting it. A big snap of oversteer there. He's very loose off of turn 2.
The Williams' tires are probably not liking him right now.
Tires, the toe on that car is way down at the bottom. He goes. Here comes Uhl.
Yeah, Will's gonna get to that outside.
That's something we haven't seen tonight. Pass on the outside, down the front, down the straightaway.
And keep in mind, Andrews, he's running about a lane and a half higher than he usually is, but he's getting a great exit off of turn 1.
Taking a peek as Williams almost climbs the wall off of turn number 1.
This is the closest he's been. He's going to look to the outside. Nope, inside.
Andrews back to the bottom, and that's going to be his best bet. He's going to be side by side into 1. He was a little bit loose, though. So
Loose trying to get to that left rear. This is the
not
closest
quite
he's
there.
been off the straightaway.
Andrews, I said it before, I'll say it again. He's hunting, but now he's got 10 to go.
Mind you, folks, there is an 8 lap
There
difference
goes.
in tires as he's going to get the advantage. Does he clear him? He
He's
does.
clearing him.
New leader, Jack Andrews, with 10 to go. I think the tires are finally starting to feel the miss on that 50 car.
We didn't see it with Franklin. We're seeing it now, though, with Hunter. If you're Charlie, you gotta. I wonder if you're regretting your decision to stay out. Williams looking back there and forth to see if he can't get up into that second spot again.
Oh, he's in the
And
wall
he's in the
again.
wall. If that
That's
car
gonna-
makes it, if that car can make it to the finish, I will be very surprised.
Don't count out Rob Franklin for he is inching closer and closer every lap to this front 4 here that you can honestly put underneath the blanket as Williams is in the wall again.
My goodness, I don't even know what to say about that at this point.
As
Here
Hunter,
comes
he's
Hunter
gonna look
looking up
down
to
on
the
the inside.
Not quite able to get side by side.
But with that lap difference on tires,
Oh.
Hunter's probably not able to get into the corner as hard as Williams is gonna look and be side by side for second, and you'll trying to follow him through. As he's gonna get a
goes
big
to
run
second.
69.
Oh no!
Keep
Wow.
out of the wall.
I'm gonna be honest, Jake. If I was Colby in that situation, I would not have flipped him. So he's clearly a better man than I am. Williams all the way on the high side.
He's running that Kyle Larson line as he gets into the wall. But there's no Kyle Larson line here at Pocono.
And Kyle Larson doesn't end up in the wall every lap. Oh my god. Well, I think that Williams car is getting tight as Colby actually got the fence that time.
Hunter trying to do everything he can to get an advantage on that 20 machine, but
7 to go. I don't think it happens.
the gap maintaining about 1.5 car lengths as we see the 69 back up on the outside, getting loose in the wall.
Sideways, and around he goes.
And the caution's going to come out with 7 laps to go. Oh boy.
Well, I think that this kind of evens the playing field. And honestly, I think Hunter will be in a good position if he comes down pit road. You got 7 to go. You got about 8 laps older tires, and you got 22 on them now, but everybody else has got 14 on their tires, so
Yeah, like I've been saying all night, if you're in the front half of the field with this amount of laps left, I mean, you got 6 to go, probably going to get, maybe 3, maybe 2 laps to go under green. I mean, if you're in the front half of the field, I mean, you don't, if you're Jack, if you're Charlie, if you're Colby, maybe even Rob, I would not be coming down pit road. I would be staying out. Definitely, if I was Jack, I would not be coming down. Now, if I was, Jim or Clinton or Charles, maybe even Dylan, especially, and even Adam, you see, spun bringing up this caution. I would want to come down. I would want to get 4 fresh tires just to give me maybe any advantage that it
I
could.
understand. I understand where you're coming from, but Hunter's got about 23, 24 laps on his tires, so I mean, they definitely could make it to the end, but I wouldn't be counting on it.
Pit road should be open this time by. Definitely going to see what this is going to do.
Who's going to make the trip down the long front stretch pit lane? Will it be Andrews? Will it be Hunter? Will it be somebody further back in the field?
And Hunter
Hunter
and
is.
Andrew
Andrews does not follow.
probably tried to get back out, but it was just too late.
I think that's a good move from Charlie, though, as you see Dylan, Charles Keller Jr., Clinton Funk, and Jim Felix make their way down pit road as well.
I'm still kind of uh, surprised. Yes, I know Hunter had many laps on his tires, but I don't know. Maybe this is going to be a good thing because he should line up uh, 5th on this restart.
Yep.
But we've
Hunter
also
will line up
well,
5th.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, Riley, but we've also seen Charlie not have the best of restarts either.
Yeah, I think that would have only been worse if he didn't take tires. I think he would have really spun the wheels and not gotten going. So Williams runs 4th with damaged tires. Jack Andrews is, I'd say he's been able to save his tires running 2nd for most of that run. And then he got around Hunter. So, I mean, he hasn't really been having to push it super hard.
Look at who's sitting up in that 3rd position.
Rob Franklin, after his spin, his fast repair saved him. He's up in contention. After they choose, I'm gonna go through what fast repairs are for everybody, and that way, if you have any questions, you will later understand. But as they work their way off of turn 3, Jake, where do they go?
Oh, well, Jack, he's been, I don't know, Jack is totally versatile, and he can restart anywhere, but maybe the outside? No, he's going to go inside along with Colby. That's going to give Rob that outside
Look at that, Rob Franklin,
position.
front row outside.
And I'm sorry, if you can see the small now print, the blue lettering in turn 3, it says what turn 4. I'm sorry, I love that that Pocono says that because there is no 4 turns. There's in fact only 3 turns. If you guys haven't figured that out by now.
Well, I'm gonna spark some controversy here. I think Pocono has 5, mainly due to the fact of how NASCAR numbers their corners. But that's an argument for a different time. Fast repairs, how they
Well,
work in this league
hang
is,
on.
oh boy.
Technically, if you're gonna say that, will it technically mean 6?
No, because the Indianapolis turn 2 is only 1 corner.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyways, how the way fast repair works on iRacing and in this league is in this league you only get one fast repair, but a fast repair, basically, if you had any damage, it's completely gone. And so that's what Franklin has used to get back up into this position. And honestly, I'm surprised Williams, I don't know if he still has his or not, but I'm surprised he didn't come down pit road and get anything that he had fixed up.
He was sideways after every corner, and but maybe he knows something we don't know.
Maybe it'll work out for him. He'll have, it'll be 3 laps to go as they come back across the stripe.
As the pace car, he's gonna dive right back down into pit road, leaving Jack Andrews and Rob Franklin on that front row. And it looks like we're gonna go at least one more lap.
Well, this sets up a green-white checkered finish. But a natural green-white checkered finish, not a league-induced. It'll be 1 green flag lap, 1 white flag lap, and then the checkered.
Anyway, so I just lost my train of thought.
Well, if it helps you any, Williams was aggressively moving that car back and forth.
Brady's gonna get in the wall under pace laps there, Riley.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me.
And folks, I'm sorry. As you said earlier, we're not dogging on Adam here. I mean, it's like he said, like Riley said, we're calling as we see it. We're no, as you guys can tell, this long into the broadcast, we're not professionals. We're here to have some fun. Yeah, I mean, we should get the choose, or excuse me, not the choose.
We should be back green here, Jake.
We should be going back to green here. Thank you, Riley.
Yeah, no problem. Don't mention it.
But keep an eye on that 69 car who's been aggressive on these restarts. What can he do? He's won a stage. What can he do to get up there to win this race? As
3 Chevys, 3 Toyotas will lead us back to the green.
Pace car's gonna dive down, and we're back racing as Andrews gets an amazing restart here.
Andrews fired off nicely. Franklin not quite able to keep up. Down to the bottom, here comes Hunter. He thinks better of it. Williams to the high side.
And all this side by side is just gonna let that 20 get away.
Oh boy, Williams in the wall again. Franklin moves to the bottom.
Franklin's gonna clear that 69. Say, Jack was liking that side by side battling, as they're gonna get side by side for a second once again.
Oh boy,
Contact.
Big time contact.
And they're
leaning on each other.
Contact into 3, and Charlie Hunter, he's going to try to make it 3 wide for that second position. Meanwhile, they're letting Jack Andrews, he's out by 0.8 of a second now.
Andrews walking away. P2, white's out, 1 to go.
Does Williams
have contact back in the field?
Does Williams have anything for Jack Andrews in that 20 as Rob's going to dive it down into turn 1?
Very deep. Oh, in the fence goes Williams.
Rob, he's going to fall back. Williams, by just under a second, can he make up the time going into 3?
What late move can he do? 9/10.
He's going to drive it down in there.
Big time.
And he's in the wall.
He's riding the wall, for that matter. Cross the line very slow. Contact there with Franklin. Jack Andrews will win. It'll be then Rob Franklin. Charlie Hunter is, oh no. Williams around. Funk caught up in it. Hard to the inside wall he goes. Oh, Williams even harder. And I believe Funk just nosed into the wall there. Yes, he did. But so, congratulations, Jack Andrews, winner here at Pocono.
4 in a row, might I add. One of the last 4 races dating all the way back to, I believe, Nashville, Michigan, Interlagos last week, and now Pocono this week.
And Jack was not here at the beginning of the season. So yeah, he's putting himself in a really great spot for the playoffs, which the P2 Racing League does it a little bit differently. We'll explain that when we get closer to playoff time, but for right now, nobody has to worry about it.
Jack Andrews going to come down here. He's going to burn it down.
Well deserved burn it down.
I would assume he would. I would assume he would burn it down. I mean, I know I would burn it down if I won. And there he goes.
Sliding sideways across the line. He keeps it out of the wall.
Yeah, I probably would have. I
I'm
probably
gonna
would have
withhold a
nosed.
comment there, but
I would have nosed into the wall a couple times by now. As our flag man is continuing to wave the checkered flag. I feel like my arm would have been sore by now, but hey.
you'd be surprised. It's actually not that bad. Well, I guess that duration of time, yeah, that might hurt. And here's your top 16 in points.
Charlie Hunter over Rob Franklin. Dylan's picked up a couple spots in the third. Jack Andrews with this win up 3 spots. And Charles Keller Jr. picks up 1, rounding out your top 5 in points.
6th is Mac Johnson. 7th, Larry Fulcher. 8th, Clinton Funk. 9th was Chris Susky. 10th, Jake Little.
And 11th, we got Raymond Hanneman. Excuse me if I pronounced that wrong, Raymond. James Felix Payne Faustin, 13th. John Silva, Ryan Graves, and Kyle Smith in that 16th position. So, any final thoughts, Riley, before we sign off?
Well, we haven't seen the now 3 machine of Smith. He's been busy. He's hopefully going to be back for the bracket tournament, which will kick off next week in Atlanta. He actually hasn't raced since. Trying to remember back to the last time he raced since February, March, I believe, was the last time that he raced with the P2 Racing League. So clearly he was able to put himself high enough in points to make it. But congrats to everybody else for making it into next week.
All right. Join us next week for the running at Echo Park Motor Speedway, formerly known as Atlanta. And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for joining.
Have a great night.